Hello,
You bet.
hello, and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today we are,
We are reviewing Preacher.
yeah, episode 4.
Or
Yeah, this episode being called Viktor with a K. Um, so basically, it starts off with Tulip, and she's standing in the laundrette, and then she gets taken off to Viktor.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've got Jesse. I think it is kind of finishing up now his search for God, where he is for the night, and he ends up coming back to Denis's house. I'd like to know more about Denis.
Then it's a vampire.
I don't know, because he doesn't say much, or he just kind of nonchalantly wanders about and just doesn't really care who's in his house, I
Right.
guess.
Right. You know he speaks perfect English, you must do.
Well, he's got a big house, so I mean, you could look at it. Maybe he is a vampire, but then again, maybe he's not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe he's just rich and has a big house. I mean, so yeah. So he comes home and he's like asking, like, "Where's Tulip?" And then it turns out it's normal for her to just like wander off and then not come back for hours. So he thinks nothing of it and goes for a nap. And there's a lot of kind of plot pushing devices that happen on the TV. As you can remember, the amazing Ganesh with the angel, he was watching a TV commercial, and now there's another TV commercial with God in it. Meanwhile, Eugene's kind of in hell and is kind of dealing with his stuff, and is bumped into Hitler and is making a friend, I guess.
Yeah, with Hitler.
Mm.
An oddly reasonable Hitler.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I was kind of hoping that they'd kind of go into the background of all the other characters as well. That you kind of see there.
Well, but you got Hitler, you start with Hitler, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so. So you got him kind of adjusting to being in hell, kind of being told the rules, and there's like a glitch with his cell, which I guess because Jesse sent him there as opposed to being sent there normally.
Yeah.
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 So
The
yeah,
plot to get him into Hitler's personal hell, right?
yeah, which is random that he kind of, I wouldn't have gone in there. So yeah, he kind of goes into there, and it's just some random like day before the war in 1919, which kind of has him in a cafe. And then they got the moment where the Jewish guy bumps into him, and it's like, is it going to be a big problem? And it's like, oh, just forget about it.
Yeah, and it's a lot about showing like artwork to some dude, right? And if I remember rightly from history I learnt a very long time ago, I think Hitler was like an art student.
Yeah.
Also making their doing that thing about like what if Hitler became an artist instead of Hitler.
Yeah.
So I guess what is the idea? What is his hell suggesting? Like his hell is like if only I became an artist, or is his hell? Like why is that his worst day? Is the assumption like Hitler regrets becoming Hitler?
I guess so. It's weird because, yeah, I think that's basically it. Because he's a bit kind of flaccid, I guess.
So I take it suggesting like in the real moment he didn't actually show the artwork, or maybe he did and the guy said shit.
Could be.
It's like death to the Jews.
I'm kind of, yeah. So then this whole Victor stuff's a bit confusing because I guess he's like a crime boss. I guess he's got connections and is torturing a couple people. And I guess Tulip kind of knows everyone there because he kind of gives her the talk, and then is like, "Oh, just go walk around" and stuff like that. And everyone's blanking her and treating her badly. So I guess,
I assume like she used to be one of the gang, was part of like the family and whatnot, and then turned her back, and that's why everyone hates her, I suppose.
Yeah. So
or at least they've been told they have to hate her.
yeah, back at the kind of Denis's house, they're kind of delving into this big kind of conspiracy thing with like fake God, which is kind of weird as well. So I'm kind of I guess that kind of ties in with last episode with that hair guy. So yeah, there's like big conspiracies going on. Really, they haven't kind of got anywhere in their search.
No, so they go visit an agent, don't they?
Oh yeah, that was jokes. Gun, I think his name is, and they kept saying it like 50 times. It's like, oh yeah, we're a casting guy for Game of Thrones, and we're trying to get hold of this actor. That stuff was pretty.
That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it turns out he ain't seen this guy either. And then they kind of get his audition tape, and he kind of does his thing, and then they end up shooting him, and then Jess is kind of watching the video and is trying to work out whose hand it is.
Yeah, do you think it's someone we've seen already?
I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking maybe it could be because I didn't recognise the voice, so it kind of depends. Maybe it's. I was thinking maybe it's one of the angels, which are kind of already dead, but who knows?
Maybe. It's interesting. They don't need to be in every episode, but we didn't see the woman from last week or the Blofeld-looking guy this week either, have we?
No, but I kind of mentioned, so maybe it's kind of all part of their conspiracy, because there's kind of maybe people claim to not know what's going on, but maybe they do. That's kind of my thing. So yeah, and then it's kind of like, I guess Tulip's kind of still going around the house. The little girl spits in her face, which was kind of outrageous. And then she ends up getting a gun and confronting Viktor, and then getting knocked out. And then Jesse like finally kind of gets around to going around there. And
because Cassidy finally blurts it out, doesn't
he? Yeah, like an hour later. And then they find the address, go around there, and it turns out Viktor's her husband.
Yeah, they had a cool fight scene before that though.
Yeah, that was sick. Like the torture, I guess, and his lopping the kind of guy's arms off. Yeah. That was pretty cool. I like that. I like the kind of the fight scenes are always kind of comedic. I kind of like that. It's kind of pretty laughable. It's cool though. They always look kind of cool, and they're funny as well. So that's one thing. It's definitely another thing it's got going for it. It's kind of more serious this episode, which I thought's good, but really it's kind of all up in the air, because who kind of knows what's going on. I think a couple episodes down the line it'll probably be like revealed and sorted out, like a more clearer image of kind of what's going on. So
yeah, probably. I imagine it's still got a link in at some point, like Hitler and hell and God's not in heaven and whatever the hell's going. Oh, we forgot about hell, didn't we? Didn't your man Arspace like start kicking the crap out of Hitler?
Yeah, because remember he had that meeting and the woman was like, oh yeah, all those good qualities ain't gonna fly here. So he looks at the camera and then starts kicking his head in. Which was interesting, I guess.
That's got to be surely, as well as him fitting into hell, that's surely we got to be the kick up the backside of Hitler to get him back to being in control.
Maybe there's
I'm a nice guy Hitler thing can't last forever, surely.
The way I kind of see it, I think there's probably going to be a big jailbreak or something, because Eugene's not supposed to be there, so I figure he's got to kind of get himself out at one point, and I'm wondering if other people are going to come with him, and that'll be the basis for season 3.
Oh wow.
What?
Like, will you really bring Hitler back to Earth?
I know, it would be interesting. It would be kind of zany, wouldn't it? So that'd be an interesting way of kind of going about it. So yeah, let's talk numbers.
I'm gonna give. We saw the Western Walker guy at the end as well, didn't we?
Yeah. it's took him long enough. Yeah, he's traipsing his way to New Orleans, I guess. So he kind of had no idea. But I swear Jess has been using his voice a fair bit, so I figure he would have got there quicker. But yeah, I
Okay.
guess he's closing in on their position, so there's going to be another confrontation. And I guess
Uh,
it's going to be more aware that that he's not kind of been quelled, as it were, that the angel didn't sort the problem out.
right. So rating, I'll give it an 8. I thought it was fun. I like the hitting the stuff. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I thought that was fun. I like the fight scene, cool fight scene. I can't say I particularly care about the husband angle with Tulip. I hope that's not going to drag on through the season. But otherwise, enjoyable.
Yeah, I'll probably give it the same. I completely agree. Now I'm looking for a couple of answers, and then we'll kind of go from there. But it's a good pace. The music choices are pretty good. The fight scene music was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and we'll see you next week for more Preacher reviews.